This morning on Wake Up NonStop Local, the South Hill rapist Kevin Coe has died. What we're learning about his cause of death just months after he was put into a group home.
And an incoming system here is bringing some light snow and even the potential for some freezing rain and freezing drizzle out on the morning commute. I'm timing it out ahead.
Plus, behind closed doors, new photos showing the infamous Epstein Island. What they reveal about the man accused of sex crimes against hundreds of girls.
Also this morning, 2 wrongful death suits now being filed following that UPS cargo plane crash in Kentucky. Who's being implicated in the evidence against them? Straight ahead.
And strapping in, Schweitzer officially opening for snowboard and ski season after getting just enough snow.
Well, the first day is always good, and here we are.
We'll share what some of you had to say about opening day. From Lookout to Schweitzer, we were there. It's all coming up right now on Wake Up NonStop Local.
Wake up, you gotta rise to the sun, and here it comes, it's time to make the best of what you got to give. It's all about rising, and I wanna be there.
You're looking at our sky cameras over Interstate 90 this morning. We had some sprinkles overnight, and they continue into this morning, which could cause problems and create black ice. That's why we're under a weather alert today. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kalai Chalk.
And I'm Sam Adams. We're in the Weather Center with Jenny Power. Jenny, we just saw that shot on I-90. You can see that sheen on the interstate. It could be a little slick today.
Yeah, so we're particularly, looking at overpasses as well as bridges and heavily shaded areas for some of these slick conditions that we are waking up to. And as we speak, more winter weather is moving into the region. So because of that, we've had winter weather advisories go into place this morning because we've got the potential here of picking up near an inch of snow for these portions of the region shaded in purple. We could also see a little bit of a light glaze of ice from some light freezing drizzle and freezing rain. That's going to be the case here until 10 a.m. So we've called this weather alert just for you to be aware of the conditions out on the morning commute. As we speak, we've got some snow that's moving right now into the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene areas. We've been seeing some more flurries up through parts of North Spokane as well as far back west as Ritzville. Not only are we watching for some light snow, but also a little bit of light freezing drizzle possible. That's primarily impacting US 2 from Davenport to Waterville. As far as our temperatures go, we're currently in the upper 20s to low 30s. Just know that we could see those slick spots though out there. Black ice is possible, especially through areas that are haven't been treated or in the very far outlying, more rural areas. So bear that in mind if you're traveling. Some driving safety reminders, especially when it comes to running into freezing rain. Make sure you slow things down, avoid sudden stops, and if you're sliding, turn your wheels in the same direction. Of course, this is a forecast we're going to continue to monitor through the rest of the morning commute. Just know you could run into some slick spots. Sam, Kalai.
All right, Jenny, thank you. To a big story we continue to follow this morning. Convicted serial rapist Kevin Coe, known in Spokane as the South Hill rapist, has died at the age of 78.
The Federal Police Department confirmed he died yesterday morning. The mayor's office provided some context, saying police had responded to the adult family home where he lived for a medical emergency. Fire personnel were already on scene performing CPR on Coe, but he was pronounced dead at the scene of natural causes.
Authorities believe Coe had been responsible for a series of sexual assaults on the Spokane South Hill between 1978 and 1981. He was convicted in the early 80s, but a series of appeals led to a second trial in 1985. That's when Coe was convicted of just one charge of rape, his victims ranging in ages from 15 to 51. He served the maximum sentence of 25 years before being committed to McNeil Island. The man charged with causing a crash that sent a Mount Spokane student into the hospital has pleaded not guilty. Matthew Hall facing 1 count of vehicular assault and failure to remain at the scene of an accident.
That crash happened on Highway 395 the night of November 22nd. Washington State Patrol says Hall was intoxicated when he tried to illegally pass a car, lost control, and hit the car with 2 teenagers inside. Troopers say he ran from the scene and hid in a shed until he was found. His trial is now set for February 23rd.
According to the spokesman review, the student who was placed into a medically induced coma began verbalizing words for the first time on Thanksgiving. His family is hoping to bring him back home soon. Across the Northwest, Washington State Patrol says Operation Human Freight has now ended with the result of nearly a dozen people being arrested across 3 counties.
Troopers set up a truck stop in northern Pierce County November 25th to identify people involved with human trafficking. Police arrested nearly a dozen people, including a 41-year-old Tacoma man with 19 prior felonies, accused of human trafficking and promoting prostitution.
Detectives also identifying 11 women as victims, connecting them with advocates from Kitsap County and the FBI. The House Oversight Committee now releasing never-before-seen video and pictures from the home of convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Video showing the estate in the U.S. Virgin Islands with a massive swimming pool as well as several bedrooms and bathrooms.
And one photo shows a room with what appears to be a dentist chair surrounded by masks on the wall and a landline phone with names written on the speed dial buttons. There are redactions for images that have been considered disturbing. A lawyer has filed 2 wrongful death lawsuits in that deadly UPS cargo plane crash in Kentucky that killed 14 people last month. The lawsuits allege that the company kept flying an older aircraft without increasing maintenance beyond what's regularly scheduled.
NTSB investigators say they did find evidence of fatigue cracks as well as areas of overstress failure causing that engine to detach during takeoff. The lawsuit also naming General Electric, which made the plane's engine. ICE agents are patrolling streets in Minneapolis and St. Paul in Minnesota this morning. Homeland Security is now searching for undocumented migrants they say are criminals. But no arrests have been made because of sanctuary policies in the Twin Cities.
Now, this is video taken in Minneapolis of one U.S.-born man being asked for his ID. City leaders, city leaders say ICE is not welcome, but the White House is cracking down anyway. And President Trump has told reporters that he doesn't want people from Somalia in the United States.
I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you, okay? Somebody would say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care.
The last thing we need is federal agents coming in town to create chaos.
A senior law enforcement source tells NBC News that ICE is not targeting Somalis, but may arrest some who they say broke immigration laws.
The administration also pausing immigration applications for people from 19 countries with travel restrictions, including green card holders and citizenship applicants as well, affecting some 1.4 million people. Well, the doctor who pleaded guilty to selling ketamine to Friends star Matthew Perry before his overdose has now been sentenced to 2.5 years in prison. Dr. Salvador Plasencia also receiving 2 years probation on illegal distribution charges.
The judge emphasized that even though he didn't directly supply the drug that killed Perry, he played a big role in feeding the addiction that ended his life. Now, he's the first of 5 defendants who have pleaded guilty in connection to Perry's death to be sentenced. Retail theft is down 9% in Spokane Valley compared to last year, but city council members want to see an even more progress.
They're now allocating new funds to the Spokane Valley Police Department. That happened in October to help step up prevention. In November, we can tell you that Spokane Valley detectives and loss prevention employees ran a 5-hour operation to find and arrest shoplifters. Police say the stolen goods and items they recovered were worth $2,500, which could add up to nearly $1 million over the course of a year.
I'm glad we're holding some people accountable for this. I hope that it sends a message to other people that Spokane Valley is a place to come and shop and enjoy, but it's not a place to come and steal.
Charges include first-degree trafficking and stolen property and third-degree theft. Spokane Valley Police are planning more operations like this in the coming weeks during the holidays.
Well, new this morning, the Spokane School Board unanimously voted to move forward with owning its own fleet of buses.
The vote taking place at a board meeting just last night. The district currently is contracted with Zoom School Services to get its students to and from school and says escalating costs and state requirements have now caused them to reevaluate how it's being provided.
Yeah, it's about being most efficient we possibly can for every dollar and providing the best service possible. And so we're always going to make decisions on what's the best option for kids and what's the most cost-efficient way to do that.
Spokane Public Schools Superintendent Adam Swinyard says the current contract was made aware during the original agreement. Discontinuing with contractors was a possibility down the road. Well, we're in the midst of opening for ski season, and Mission Ridge in Wenatchee is scheduled to open the Bunny Hill lift and a chair up to the summit today. Lookout Pass is set to open tomorrow, and Schweitzer, it's open. It shared these pictures with us of opening day yesterday. Now, hundreds of skiers and snowboarders are excited to get in the first runs of the season.
All right, NonStop Locals John Webb got a chance to dust off the skis himself, and he spoke to people as they were hitting the slopes.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. We need a couple more runs, but trying not to fall too much, break our butts.
I'm actually on my lunch break right now, but I had to get out here for a couple turns.
All right, right now tickets there are $55. That's for a full day pass, but do keep in mind, not everything is open just quite yet.
And they're still waiting on more snow to make sure everything's covered. For now, they recommend that you stick to the groomed trails.
Hear, hear.
Take a look at this. Caught on camera in Liberty Lake, a couple of moose spotted having a late night snack.
This is from Tuesday night. This is video from one of our viewers, Megan, showing one of those moose doing some grazing and then being joined by a second moose. Friendly reminder, of course, keep a safe distance, just like Megan did when capturing this video. I'd love seeing moose every single time.
And it's crazy because so many of us have been able to see it here in the inland Northwest. You have friends come to visit you from other parts of the country, and they're like, wait, just seeing deer on a city street or seeing moose on a city street or turkeys is normal? And we're like, yeah, kind of it is.
My mom is from Missouri, and when she saw her first moose at first, she thought it was a horse. It was so big. She's like, what's a horse doing in our yard?
As always, we love when we share those videos with us, and so make sure you keep on coming, or keep them coming. Still to come here on Wake Up NonStop Local, we're under a weather alert.
All right, Jenny Power, you're tracking it all.
Yeah, guys, we've got this a little bit of a messy system here moving in that could potentially make your morning commute a little bit slick. I'm detailing that out ahead.
Coming up after the break, we are going to be live here at Spokane Civic Theater talking about their production of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer at the Holiday Classic.
This countdown to the 2026 Winter Olympics on NonStop Local KHQ, brought to you locally by Northern Quest Resort and Casino.